According to the ASPCA, 34% of dogs are purchased from breeders, while only 23% are adopted from animal shelters. Do you have a dog or cat at home? And if you don't, did you have one when you were a child? A pet can become such an important member of someone's family. They're there for you at your best and worst times and are always that place of comfort for many. Although there are many places you can get a pet, I want to tell you why it can be so beneficial to get a dog from an animal shelter over all other places. How can being in a shelter for an extended amount of time affect a dog? How can dogs affect our overall mental health, and how much does it cost to get a dog from an animal shelter? Before I describe how dogs are affected by staying in a shelter for a long period of time, I'd like to point out the characteristics of most long-term shelter dogs. According to the article, Characteristics and Welfare of Long-Term Shelter Dogs by the Institute of Animal Welfare Science in Vienna, Austria, long-term shelter dogs were more often of older age, male, of larger size, neutered, and of a, quote, dangerous breed. A majority of these dogs that stayed in no-kill shelters for an extended amount of time showed high amounts of aggression and stress-related behaviors. It's important for no-kill shelters to have a behavioral management program to teach these dogs how to properly deal with stress and lower aggression. The Institute of Animal Welfare Science suggests that shelters should provide long-term dogs with a predictable environment, a structured enrichment program, and undisturbed resting periods in order to manage arousal levels. This will not only help the shelter avoid getting overpopulated, but it will help these long-term dogs have a higher chance of getting adopted. If more people went to shelters to get a dog, more of these animals wouldn't develop these long-term stress and aggression behaviors. Dogs also play a big role in humans' emotional and psychological development and maintenance. In a study by Kent State University, researchers examined if the presence of a pet dog influenced the emotional response of a pre-adolescent to a social stressor. To do this, children were randomly chosen to complete a social stressor task either with or without the presence of their pet dog. The task the children were to perform was a 5-minute autobiographical speech which they were to present in front of 2 adults, while also being videotaped so they could be evaluated by their peers at a later time. The study found that children reported elevated positive emotion during a stress task when they completed the task in the presence of their pet dog. For me personally, I know that my dog has not only helped me through many stressful situations, but she has also helped my entire family whenever we are stressed, sad, or angry. Being able to have unconditional love from a pet can have major positive effects on a person's mental health. One of the biggest reasons most people choose a shelter dog over a purebred dog is based on the price. According to the Animal Humane Society, adoption fees for dogs can run anywhere from $100 to $650. This is just a fraction of the total cost it takes the shelter to take care of all of the animals it has. Purebred dogs have a very wide range as far as cost goes. This all depends on the breed of dog you're getting and the breeder's set price. Purebred dogs can range in price from $800 to $3,000 plus dollars. We can look at this graph by the American Pet Products Association to compare how many people buy their dogs from breeders versus shelters in the years 2006 to 2016. This blue highlighted line represents the amount of dogs bought from breeders, while the pink represents the amount bought from shelters. Before you go to a breeder, be sure to check your local animal shelters. Some may even have purebred dogs, and if you're looking to save some money on a dog, this small step could save you hundreds, if not thousands. You also save money when adopting from a shelter because most shelters vaccinate dogs while they're in their care. This will in turn save you a couple extra dollars at that first vet visit. In conclusion, there are so many benefits behind adopting a puppy from an animal shelter. If you're adding a new furry member to the family, you have nothing to lose when going to look at an animal shelter. There's such a diverse array of options, different ages, sizes, breeds, and genders. You're sure to find a perfect match for your family. I urge everyone to go to an animal shelter before going to a breeder. You never know what type of dog you'll find at a shelter. Who knows, you may even find the specific breed you're looking for. No matter what, a new pet will bring so much joy and love to you and will become such an important part of your family.